Welcome to the Magic of Emotional Intelligence series. I am your host, Abiola Salami, the peak performance strategist. On this series, we share emotional intelligence insights to enable career professionals, entrepreneurs, and politicians achieve peak performance in their space. On this episode, we shall be discussing how practitioners in the marketing communications industry can apply emotional intelligence to drive performance in their space. So if you're into PR, if you're a branding person, if you're a digital marketer, or whichever aspect you play in the marketing communications industry, stay tuned for insights that will help you to achieve peak performance in your space. But before we get into it, let us go for a quick break. Organizations are set up primarily to harness the human and material resources at their disposal in a productive and profitable manner. In a simplistic description, profit is the difference between an organization's revenue and its costs. In another simplistic description, revenue for an organization is derived by multiplying the unit price of its products and services by the number of units sold. This background is very important because the sustained existence of an organization is predicated on its ability to successfully communicate the value of their offerings to their respective stakeholders. Emotional intelligence then becomes a very necessary tool for chief marketing officers and players in the marketing communications industry to have, because, for example, buying decisions for customers are driven more by emotions than by logic. It is therefore imperative that chief marketing officers constantly push the needle in terms of finding ways to connect and influence the decisions of these stakeholders in a way that drives peak performance. Beyond just the bottom line and other quantitative metrics, other qualitative outcomes will be improved upon by the right application of the following emotional intelligence hacks. Number one, in all you do, be humane. When customers, investors, employees, regulators, and other stakeholders are being engaged, empathy should be your watchword. People want to know that you genuinely want to address their pain points, and not just that you see them as a statistic in your business model. You have to be honest about your motives for marketing. Talk to them about the need you want to meet, not just about the products you want to sell. People can sense when they are being respected, and they know when they are being extorted. It is easier to get desired results from a customer base that feels that their concerns and interests are dear to the heart of the business. Nike is one of the most successful organizations in the world today. Not so much because they make the best shoes or the best athletic gears, but because they have mastered sports marketing. For example, in the United States, where athletes of color and other minorities have opportunities skewed against them, Nike has championed the advocacy for diversity, inclusion, discrimination, and gender equality more than they've advertised their products. Even their famous tagline, "Just do it," has little to do with products or services. It is something inspirational to people, and they feel that once they wear Nike's product, that they are being inspired by this product. It is more than just a product. There is a connection. It's about humanity. Number two, use the appropriate messaging. The great South African leader, Nelson Mandela, once said that if you talk to a man in a language he understands, that goes to his head. But if you talk to the man in his language, that goes to his heart. What this means, when put in the context of marketing, is that the head of a person is metaphor for logic, while the heart is metaphor for emotions. In marketing, how you say or present something is even more important than what you are saying. So as a marketing practitioner, you must be able to identify your target market and your core audience and fine-tune your message to appeal to them. By mirroring their language, organizations can better drive peak performance. Number 3, have an end game. An emotionally intelligent chief marketing officer knows that for marketing to be effective, it must be intentional. It must be determined ahead of any engagement what the desired outcome is. Marketing is then a means to that end. One of the elements of emotional intelligence is achievement orientation, and it means, amongst other things, that you outline and follow holistically the steps that drive peak performance. Marketing officers must grasp the what, the why, and the how of their marketing campaigns so they can better communicate their ideas to other team members and excellently execute these briefs. The legendary boxer Muhammad Ali puts it this way: your hands can't hit what your eyes can't see. So if marketing officers can't see the end game, they will be ineffective at their use of marketing to hit the right goal. That end game can specifically mean to increase sales, to drive traffic to a website, to retain customers, to build brand awareness and engagement, to establish thought leadership, to generate leads. It could be any of these things. Hence, a tailor-made marketing plan will be developed in line with that particular objective. Disneyland tagline is the happiest place on earth. Their marketing is built around the narrative that until you have had an experience at one of their parks, you are yet to reach the peak of happiness. This is what drives the craze for summer travels for most parents. A visit to a Disney park is a staple in their travel plans. Number 4, use social listening. Social listening is different from the usual feedback because it doesn't just speak to what stakeholders want, but specifically about what they are saying about your brand. Marketing practitioners can take advantage of this to control the narrative because if this spins out of control, it can negatively affect the bottom line. Most marketing campaigns are usually used to demystify certain myths. They can also use the campaign to demystify misconceptions about brands. By aggregating the data from engaging the relevant stakeholders, marketing practitioners with high level of social awareness can deduce what the market is yearning for. You can deduce what direction the organization should invest in, and you can deduce what offerings meet those gaps. Employees are also a great source of germane ideas, especially from those that are at the lower cadre because they are closer to the final customers. A classic example of social listening is Instagram. Since the pandemic started, TikTok has grown exponentially. It is in fact the most downloaded app of 2020. This saw a mass exodus from other social media platforms to TikTok, owing to its user-friendly features. Instagram, perceiving the threat to its base and also in response to their staunch users, they created Reels, which is designed to give a similitude of the offerings on TikTok. Reels may not have achieved the desired level of competitiveness as TikTok, but hey, it gets all the credit for accepting feedback through social listening. Number 5, deliver personalized communication. It was Maya Angelou that submitted that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. Marketing practitioners must realize that one of the most important needs of human beings is the need for recognition, the need to feel important. And the marketing strategy to achieve this is to talk to stakeholders as though each person was the only one in the room. Mass marketing may appear the easy way out and it may appear cost effective, but it is ultimately a blunt approach to marketing. In really large markets where there are swaths of different demographics, it might be impossible to directly execute personalized communication. But the messaging can be framed in retail terms as opposed to wholesale. Also, there should be market segmentation as much as possible. The nuances of the different divides should be considered. For example, alcohol brands have marketing materials in 3 leading indigenous languages in Nigeria, which is Hausa, Yoruba, and Igbo. They also deployed influencer marketing by working with cultural ambassadors from those regions. People don't want to feel as though there are dots in your marketing circle or statistics in your business models. They want to see that you put in the effort to recognize who and where they are. Number 6, social proof marketing. This simply means that marketing practitioners are aware that there would be cynics and risk-averse prospects. People don't want to be used as guinea pigs or lab rats. They want to see first what others have to say about your goods or services. They want to see if they had a wonderful experience before they will patronize your product and services. The emotional intelligence element of influence can be deployed to great lengths in driving peak performance. One of the ways this is done is by using user-generated content, where the person or the people who have experienced the product or service signs up to give a praise report or testimonial about their engagement with your product. Thank you for joining us on this episode. We've been discussing how marketing practitioners can apply emotional intelligence to achieve peak performance in their space. You can equip yourself and your team some more for peak performance by getting my new book, The Magic of Emotional Intelligence. Visit our website to get your copies. You can also follow us at Abiola Champ on all social media platforms. For coaching, training, speaking, and collaboration inquiries, please send an email to hello@abiolachamp.com. Until the next episode, keep rocking your world like a champion.